I've been playing rhythm games for about 3 years now, and in this time I've come to realize that rhythm games, in theory, are the most accessible game to newcomers. Here's why. The whole premise of rhythm games is very simple. Press the button when the object reaches the corresponding part. Some are more complicated than that, but this makes it really easy for anybody, whether it be your mom or your 5-year-old cousin, to pick up the game and just play. What this does is lower the barrier of entry or skill floor. If we compare this to a different genre, let's say fighting games, the barrier of entry is a lot higher. At the very least, to enjoy a fighting game, you will need to learn all the game's basic mechanics. This would include blocking, movement, attacking, and maybe some command inputs. This doesn't sound that bad, but let's say you want to play the game with your friend that's been playing the game for a month. They're going to know about all the more advanced mechanics like push block, chip damage, and combos. The new player is clearly going to get bodied here, and it probably isn't going to be entirely enjoyable for each of the players. Come back to rhythm games, you can play with that friend that's been playing for a while, and it's not that bad. Usually rhythm games aren't multiplayer, but the ones that are usually let the player play the same song but on different difficulties. Usually these are your dance games like Pump It Up, ITG, or DDR. This makes it so both players can enjoy the game at the same time, while each player can go at their own pace. I'd also like to take a moment to complain about how Osu doesn't have this feature. I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to add, just make a mod or different menu that lets only maps with that feature to use it, or something. Anyway, while there are things like this that make rhythm games accessible to newcomers, there are some things that make it less accessible. The biggest one is going to be that to play a lot of these games, you're going to have to go to an arcade. This means that if I want to go play Jubeat, let's say, I would have to go find an arcade in my area that has this game. There are resources to easily find out if there is an arcade that has that game, but if there isn't an arcade that has it, then I just can't play the game unless I actually bought the arcade cabinet or something. This is where some game companies try to fix this problem by having a console release or fan-made PC ports, but this doesn't work for all games. Another issue that hinders the accessibility of rhythm games is that they require a specific controller. While playing with a special controller is what gives a lot of rhythm games their charm, this still makes it hard for new players to just start playing the game. If I wanted to play Clone Hero, I'd either have to play with my keyboard or I would have to buy a Guitar Hero controller. So, to wrap this up, rhythm games are a paradox of accessibility.